We did this without Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, fucking Josiah Stewart, Will Johnson. The boys came to play. And what's good, and I know I've seen some people talk about this in the chat. Guys have, dude, TJ Guy looked good. Rayshon Benny looked good. Freaking Hillman. Like so many guys. I mean, Derek Moore just on fire today. The defense just looked absolutely tough as hell. Wesley Walker had a hell of a game today. The transfer from Tennessee. Amir Hall, bro, shout out to Amir Hall putting in work today. I mean, Wink Martindale, in my opinion, and we talk about this a lot on our show, the trust.
Yep.
I think he's earned our trust. I feel personally, Wink Martindale has earned our trust. He's definitely shown he's evolved, he's grown, he has a feel for the game. He got the players to finally understand the system, learn the system, and just dominate. And we shut down. Like, think about this. One of the most high potent offenses in Ohio State in terms of weapons. Shut down. We just went up against one of the most prolific freshman receivers, like we did Jeremiah Smith with Williams for Alabama.
Yep.
Shut him down. He had a nice kick return at the end, kind of stressed me out a little bit, but shut him down, man. Jalen Milroe was uncomfortable all game. Wink Martindale, hats off to you. You're a dog. And then Barham.
Williams went three carries, 8 yards.
Shit, bro.
3 receiving, 3 receptions.
3 receptions, only 8 yards.
Yeah, it's wild.
That is nuts, dude. I didn't even look at that yet. And then Barham coming off the edge. That's gonna be a problem next year. You got Derek Moore and Barham coming off the edge with TJ Guy in rotation. We're going to be just fine. It's going to be just fine. So I'm excited about that. I'll tell you. All right, now let's talk about what was a little, listen, we're excited. We are going to celebrate. We're going to enjoy this, but we all know it was not all rosy. And I know a lot of us were frustrated as hell, especially if you were rocking with me on social media. We were all going through it. Steve Kasula was calling plays. What the fuck, dude? He was definitely calling plays from the booth. It was quite obvious when they showed him. He was in the headset. He was calling.
Right.
I cannot believe. Not to cut you off, John. Go ahead. What's your take on that? Go ahead.
Well, I think it's wild. I think it's absolutely. You're bringing in Chip Lindsey. Why are you just letting Steve Kasula have an audition for future jobs by letting him call plays? I don't know what was going through Sharon Moore's head.
Why are you not? You had all month. Why are you not calling the plays, man? I don't know. So that's a big questionable for me. Sharon Moore did have an incredibly poor coaching decision at the end of that first half.
Yeah,
that was wild. That was wild, dude. Yeah. It is what it is. We'll move past it, but just like something we saw it in the Indiana game. We see it again here. It's hopefully in the offseason this gets fixed. He evolves. He's growing. He's a new head coach, but it's something to at least take notice and be aware of. But let me also just close with my final analysis on this game, John.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no fucking excuse. Our donors, our collectives do not get their shit together and get some of the best wide receivers they possibly can on this fucking team. Get the offensive line, load this offensive line up right now. And we will talk about, I do have some portal updates for you guys. There is a point in the show where we will talk portal for a bit. We will talk about some of these offensive linemen. We will talk about some of these receivers. Mm-hmm. We'll get into it. But straight up, and I don't know if anyone saw the Dave Portnoy tweet today. Dave Portnoy was like, oh, we should just take Ryan Williams from Alabama. We should just take him. And then this guy responds and says he's not leaving Alabama. Then Dave Portnoy's like, we're Michigan. We do what we want. Well, then fucking do it, bro. Like, I love Portnoy. I do. But, man, make it happen. Like, make it happen. We all know we need receivers. We need weapons. We got to get this offensive line secured for next season. But at the end of the day, you got to give Underwood weapons. If you do not give him weapons, we're going to have a bet. Listen, it will be better next year. It will be Chip Lindsey. There is definitely an upgrade already in terms of like Donovan McCulley and potentially Skylar Bell. But at the same time, you got to get more, dude. You got to get more. You got to load this offense up. So that's where I'm at. Collectives, donors, don't fuck around. Don't fuck around because they're kind of fucking around a little bit. I don't like it.
Yeah,
that's on me though. John, what's your thoughts on the game? And let me also say this, bro. I'm sorry, dude. We just beat Ohio State in Alabama to close out the year in the Sharon Moore first year. Listen, as much critical as I was on Sharon, listen, man, hell of a job to do it. Get this team. This culture never died, man. The culture never. The fight. Look how many dudes sat out today. Look, they had Jalen fucking not this dude. They had Jalen Milroe playing, and we made him literally plummet his draft stock.
Yeah,
we just crushed his draft stock today with
yeah.
the not Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant, Will Johnson, Josiah Stewart. Not that.
Yeah.
Today, boys.
It was. And you've covered the defense very well. Obviously, 5 sacks, and not just 5 sacks, but 30 solo tackles, 6 tackles for loss. The defense, everybody knows the defense was on fire. There's no question about that. They forced Jalen Milroe to run for his life on many occasions. But here's a couple things just to think about. Number one, it was very clear that this game plan hinged on Davis Warren not getting injured. Because the second so when Davis Warren was in the game, and it wasn't, torrential downpour, which did, I think that helped Michigan in the beginning when it was torrential downpour in the beginning of the game, which happens all the time in Tampa. That's just part of the experience. But it happens. Michigan clearly prepared for that in their practices. You could tell. They prepared. Bama didn't. They didn't have the right shoes on. It was a whole thing. But Davis Warren did have some passes, right? Including to my guy, who I'm very excited had a touchdown, 37 yards, which, listen, for a Michigan receiver, that's pretty good. And by far the best amount of passing yards in the game. Legacy game for Fred Moore.
30 yards and a touchdown, legacy game for Fred Moore. There we go.
Absolutely. But let's be real. The game hinged on Davis Warren because the second he got injured and Alex Orji went in the game, they ran the same 3-4 handoff inside zone to Jordan Marshall, zone read, where Orji had the opportunity to keep it, pull it, or hand it off. They tried to pass one time, and when they did, it resulted in an interception. And what I want to know, TJ, on this is if they weren't ready to have Orji throw a pass, then what? But then there's Jaden Davis didn't get a shot.
I know
at all.
I know
at all.
Even after the turnover. Even after the turnover, man. But I mean, at the end of the day, we got the win. We got the win. And I am with you. I don't understand. And I'm gonna tell you guys, yes, Jaden Davis's throwing motion appears to be improved from the video we saw a little earlier, about a month ago or whatever. For more recent practice footage from the bowl practices. But that said, boys, that kid ain't playing, bro. Not Underwood's here, Mikey Keene's here. I mean, shout out to Davis for fighting and being a dog and having that mentality of saying I'm not afraid of, and I respect it. I really do. And I hope he does. But man, the coaching staff really does not want him to play, bro. Like they just do not. Like we are in a position where we need a quarterback and they will not put him in at all.
So he must not be they must have a very low opinion.
They don't trust him.
Of Jaden Davis because I guess their thoughts are, because I was trying to think, okay, like why wouldn't you put him in? And maybe it was that at least Alex Orji has the run threat and he can take care of the football on the ground.
Yeah.
And Jaden Davis, they didn't even trust him to do that. So that to me was wild, but it was very clear when Davis Warren went out of the game that the name of it was second half Penn State all over again, ball control, pound the rock, and Jordan Marshall, to his credit, really showed the future of the running game at Michigan. I think he was great. We've given him one of the 2 leaders and best award. Well, 3 leaders and best awards So we got 3 leaders in best awards. We got Jordan Marshall, who did 100 rushing yards on the ground.
Dude.
But so great job from his perspective.
Bro, a 4.3 average against a loaded box all game against Alabama, some of the best athletes on the field, dude. Bro, I mean, Jordan Marshall, that was smash mouth football, bro. That was heart. Dude, him and Justice Haynes. And I know, all right, let me just also clarify this on Justice Haynes. He's going through academic process right now. So he's good. It's good. It's just like Mikey Keene was not announced till later. Same situation. Everything's fine on Justice Haynes' front. Anyways, but keep going. So, bro, Jordan Marshall and Justice Haynes next year, dude. Fire. That's what I'm talking about, bro. You get these dudes, we're gonna be just fine. Just fine. And then we're gonna have some the portal updates will be wild when it comes to running backs. Very interesting news on that. But our recruiting update. But yeah, Jordan Marshall, hell of a game, man. I mean, that was heart. That's the word. That's if I could describe his play today, one word, heart. Fucking heart, bro.
Absolutely. He showed why he was so heavily recruited and so highly thought about from the Michigan coaching staff in the recruiting process. He showed it. And you know, but it wasn't just, obviously we also saw the guy, number 1 kicker as far as I'm concerned in the entire country. He's on our backdrop, and rightfully so.
The disrespect. Lou Garza, snub. Wasn't even a finalist. He's the best kicker in the nation. NFL ready, NFL Lake talent. Michigan brought him back. Shout out to the collectors for making that happen. Yeah, man. You know, what can you say? I mean, the kid is just money, and I'm very happy Michigan brought him back for next season. So, you know, hey, shout out to him doing the damn thing. You can trust Zavada.
Yeah, he's pretty much automatic, and he was automatic today, and even in the rain, and he kicked a 45-yarder in those conditions.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, man,
that's very difficult. That's not easy.
He's an NFL kicker, dude. He's better than some NFL kickers. All right, so if you put him in the NFL, he's not 32. Like, if you ranked all the kickers in the NFL, he's not 32, bro. He's probably top 15. He's probably top 15 in the NFL. That's how good he is. Kid is money.
Absolutely. We have unlocked officially the second hour of the show.
Let's go.
92 away from the third hour. Why don't we take some of these?
Well, it's not defense. Let's give some.
Let's hit defense. Okay. We'll do some more defense.
Well, look.
5 sacks.
Get him.
5 sacks.
Yep.
There's obviously pick, fumble. There were multiple fumbles in the rain. So that was huge. Milroe was intercepted in the game. So they took advantage of the weather conditions in the beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And then when the offense sputtered late in the game, the defense carried the team. The defense kept this from Alabama coming back.
Bro, Jordan Marshall and this defense won us the game today. With Zavada, really, our three award winners. They won us the damn game, right? They also made Alabama 4 for 13 on 3rd down. Now, if anyone remembers in the beginning of the year, we were having trouble on 3rd down with Wink Martindale. Well, he figured that out. So, yeah, the defense just played lights out, man. You know, they gave up 260 yards, but it's okay because it was essentially it chewed up the clock. You know, just excellent. Just an excellent day. I mean, who played bad on defense? Is there a player you could say, he didn't have a good game today on defense?
I didn't really see Jair Hill do a lot, but he did have a solo tackle.
Well, when you don't hear his name, that's a good thing for a corner, right? You don't want to hear a corner's name. That means he's not getting thrown at. I mean, if we look at the wide receivers for Alabama. I mean, Bernard had 80 yards, sure, but again, like, you shut down Ryan Williams. They're Jeremiah Smith, right? So, hey,
Jayshon Barham got a penalty. I mean, it's really there's not a lot.
His penalty was bullshit, bro.
It was
a shoulder.
there's not much to say.
Yeah, I mean,
negative.
listen, the refs were fucking. That penalty was garbage, bro. That was garbage. That was a good, clean hit. Whatever. It is what it is. We won.
Michigan football is what that was.
Yeah, we just let them know the deal.
Yep, Daniel agrees with you.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Yeah, it was whack, garbage. So lots of different terminology there, but yeah, I mean, you had to expect that there would be some calls going. Like Michigan doesn't get a lot of favorable calls in these types of matchups, so
when that flag was thrown, I was like, oh, okay, is this gonna be one of those? Is this gonna be a little Alabama favoritism right now? I was like, my antenna was, I was like, they might try and pull some shit here, because Vegas and whatever. But although that's spread, here we go again, dude. Sharon Moore is the spread killer. Like the spread was what, 22 points against Ohio State? Was it 17 against Alabama or whatever?
Yeah, 16 and a half point. Yeah,
doesn't even matter. Means nothing. Nothing, bro. Unbelievable. Great game.
Absolutely.
Well, the defense.
Yeah, defense was great, and Jordan Marshall was great. The O-line, I would have liked to see some more from El Hadi. I think he got cooked a couple of times. Yeah, I didn't mind Evan Link and Sprague in those those positions. They did. So did all right.
Did Andrew Sprague start?
Yeah,
because I know did he? I honestly didn't even pay attention to that. I should have looked at that.
Link got moved to left tackle.
Well, did you see the depth chart this morning?
Got moved to right tackle.
Did you see the depth chart this morning? They didn't have them. They didn't have them playing.
Well,
so I didn't. I'll see if PFF's got it, but regardless,
he played a good game, and that's another time it's good when you don't hear somebody's name, right? Because it means that they're probably doing what they need to be doing. He's
Sprague did play. All right, that's not me.
Yeah,
I was pulling my hair out, to be honest with you. I was kind of frustrated with the offense, so I should have been paying attention to that. But hey, Beats. I know we'll get to that. Beats and treats. You ain't wrong, bro. All right, we can get these super chats maybe ready, John. And shout out to everybody contributing. Thank you. We appreciate it, man. End of the year, last show. John, this is the last post game until April.
Yeah, until the spring game.
So let's have a show, boys.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Second hour unlocked already because of your generosity.
Yeah. Let me also say this, John. We may do some post games for basketball, like a little, like me and I'm kind of working on it, like nothing crazy. It's not gonna be hours, but certain games I may do a little post game with Block M or John, and we'll figure it out. We'll see what's up. So just be on the lookout for that as well.
Yeah. Hey, all content's good content, especially during basketball season. So
and Dusty May's look. Ooh, Dusty May, bro, fucking doing it. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that next week.
Well, Drufus, as we said at the beginning of the show when we said SEC in joke. That's why I'm waiting for DeReal MVP to call in because I want him to take an L here.
I think DeReal, I think DeReal would be like, I don't think DeReal's arguing. I think DeReal's like, okay. Like I said, I talked to him like 2 weeks ago, and he kind of was giving us some credit, which was nice to see.
Yeah. He's also changed his tune on the whole. He agrees now that the Big Ten has been gaining ground, so that's always nice. Griffin Lauer is a Connor Stallions espionage member.
Thank you, brother. Welcome to the club. You are now a protector of the Michigan Manifesto.
Yeah.
Take great responsibility with that.
Yes, with great power comes great responsibility. And so as part of that level of membership, not only do you get access to our monthly members only stream, access to the Avengers Assemble show that we're going to be doing in January.
Next week, Monday.
But also the days have all run together for me.
Oh, I know. It's a mess.
Because of the holidays. I don't know. Yeah. It's wild. But all of that, plus input in topics, input in content, ability to social media follow with us, DM with us. That's the highest right now, the highest level. There may be a level coming here in the near future, but right now that's the highest level of membership. And thank you, Griffin, for being part of it.
The Queen Jolyn tier is being proposed right now, so we might have something for you guys for there. But we'll talk about it. We'll see what's up. 2025 is a big year. We'll figure it out.
And I've got the link. I just posted the link right in chat in case you too want to join Griffin and become a YouTube member here. And if you join at least the $4.99 tier, you get access to our members only stream coming up here. Third Monday of every month.
So that's right.
So there we go. Wolverine casual, or as I call him, Wolverine not so casual, because you're here every week, every show you're here. And imagine if we had an even mediocre quarterback in offense. But I feel awesome for next year.
We'd be a playoff team. We would be a playoff. We are literally, and I said it, quarterback, 2 wide receivers away from a problem. We're a problem. Like this team, the way, and that's the thing too, John, the way we're playing right now, the way this defense is playing, this is a national championship caliber defense right now. And that's without, bro. And you know who would be playing? Do you know who would be playing right now if we were in a playoff? Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant. Jesus. It is what it is, though. We keep moving forward. We'll be all right. Defense will be good next year.
Yeah, it will. Thank you, Wolverine Casual, for that. GT with a 10, and GT's got a couple of them here.
My man.
This was a culture win, plain and simple. We weren't even able to attempt a competent pass in the second half. I was really hoping that Bryce would put on Orgy's jersey and come in for the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, he can't do that. But he is with the team. He's practicing. We've seen him throw the ball, and it's looking good.
How funny. So I took a picture of it. I put it on my social media. How funny was it when Sharon Moore in that fourth quarter went over to Underwood and was like, talked to him in his ear. Did you see that, John? That happened in the game.
I didn't see that, no.
I took a picture of it. So Sharon Moore, I'm sure some other people saw that. Sharon Moore is on the sideline, and our offense is like sputtering, bro. We may have been on defense. I can't remember, but whatever. It was in the fourth quarter. Shit was getting a little tight. He walks over to Bryce Underwood and whispers in his ear during the game, bro. And I was like, so I essentially quoted Sharon Moore, and it essentially said, "We fucking need you." Because that's exactly, damn well it was something along those lines. Like, imagine if you were out there, bro. You know, it was something like that. So wild to see in game, though. Wild to see.
Absolutely. People are saying that the member emojis are great, so we appreciate the feedback on that. Our
goal is to make the membership, the community fun. We poke fun at all the rivals, all the bullshit. And again, we are open to suggestions on emojis. Some of you guys are giving us great ideas. And we are like, whatever our emojis are, they're not fixed. We will evolve them if we come up with some new ideas. So enjoy the emojis. If there's any Buckeyes lurking, because I'm sure there are, throw some cheeseburgers at them, some crying Ryans, Queen Jolynn's there. Let them know the deal. So let them know.
We got Moose in the house, everybody. Moose is here. If you were to throw the Moose emoji in the chat, everybody, if you were to tell me Michigan would be 23 and 13-point dogs in back-to-back games, hold OSU and Bama to 23 points in both games, I'd call you crazy. Yeah.
Right. You're not wrong, Moose. It's nuts. It's nuts, man. It's honestly, and like, you're not just beating blue bloods, man. You're beating literally the face of the SEC. I know Georgia's kind of top dog right now, but you're beating the face of the SEC. We just smacked the SEC twice in the same year. We smacked them, bro. Like, no one can say shit to us. Like, I know we had a tough year, and I know the quarterback situation was tough, but we got the number one quarterback in the nation. Now, I know we need some wide receivers, and that's an us problem. But nobody can say shit to us. We beat Alabama. We own OSU. That stadium is ours. That's Queen Jolyn territory. Bro, there is nobody. I guess if there's one team that could maybe talk a little, it's Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon beat us, and they're looking pretty good right now in the playoffs. So they might be the one team who's got a little bit of bragging rights. But the good news is The Oregon fans seem to like us because they're starting to hate Ohio State like we do. Now they'll never hate them like we do, but you can get as close as you can get, and they're getting there.
And I will take a little bit of a victory lap for having my prediction last episode.
Yes, you
Michigan
should.
20,
John.
Alabama 19. I said Michigan would pull it off. I didn't expect a rainstorm, and I didn't expect Davis Warren to go down. But you know what? 2019 was my prediction. Actual score 19-13. So pretty close.
Dude, that's so crazy too. Like when you break it down like that, like Davis Warren went down and we still won the damn game, bro. Like, hey, great job, John. You did call that out. So shout out to you, man.
Tom has gifted a Those Who Stay Will Be Champions membership. Want to thank you for that. Appreciate that. So congrats, whoever you are. I don't have it up, but you just became a Those Who Stay Will Be Champions member. Refresh and enjoy your new emojis. Thank you, Tom, for doing that. Elisha's back. Elisha's here with the 2. Got a couple of them here. 18-year-old breaks tackles better than a 40-year-old. Don.
Funny,
yikes.
How fucking, you want to know some real shit? And I know, let's be respectful, but you want to know some real shit? Do we win this game with Donovan? Because Sherrone Moore loves him some Donovan Edwards, bro.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like they start just forcing the ball in his hand if Khalil Mullins plays. Now Khalil Mullins, I have faith in.
Yeah.
But Sherrone Moore, he can't get away from that Donovan Edwards itch, bro. So I'm glad he sat out, man. All respects.
Elisha comes back with another one. DJ Khaled. Elisha does the back-to-backs, which we so appreciate.
I just connected with him on social media. I'm pretty sure that's him. Hey, let me know if that's for sure you. I think that's you.
Trey Pierce passed the eye test. Defensive tackles were solid. Yeah, they were. And look, you lose somebody who's going probably top 5 in the draft, Mason Graham. You lose Kenneth Grant, Josiah Stewart, but the guys stepped up, and Trey Pierce stepped up, and Derek Moore, the one returning, stepped up. Everybody who was on that line, they did a great job, and they pressured Jalen Milroe. They got in his face. It was great. Like it felt like we didn't skip a beat on defense, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean it's actually quite encouraging. It was quite. People are telling me no. I don't know. I forgot what I said that everyone's saying no about. But maybe the Khalil Mullins comment. I don't know. But no, what the defense, man, encouraging, bro. Like next season, I'm excited. I know Michigan's trying to add David Gusta to the defensive line. There is the spring portal. We'll see what they add to it, but it looks like it's in good shape, man. I mean, it looks like the boys are developing, and that's all we can ask for. They're doing the damn thing.
Dougie Fresh with the $1.99. M Live writers are garbed for their score predictions. I'm not going to call out anybody, but I will say there's a reason you come to Voice of College Football. There's a reason you listen to the intel and insight and analysis that we're bringing to the table, because we're going to tell it to you straight. And in this case, we were mixed opinions on it, but you heard from everybody.
You would have been mad at me, Dougie. You would have been mad at me, Dougie, but I promise you, I don't bullshit. Hey, I was wrong. I did not have us winning this game, and I'm glad to be wrong. So shout out to, my co-host here doing the damn thing, sticking up for Michigan. He believed, and he was right.
Thanks, buddy. Elisha, with the best players in Ohio go to Michigan. Jordan Marshall, Mr. Ohio. Yes.
It's facts. We know this. We know that Charles Woodson. We know this. Come on, we know this. The best players in Ohio go to Michigan. That's obvious.
Mel Boogie. Is that a new one? If this is your first super chat, thank you so much, Mel Boogie.
Thank you.
Was hoping on Jaden Davis. Love him, but orgy hurts my heart. I think you mean Jaden Davis, right? Yeah.
I was hoping. Maybe Davis Warren
or Davis Warren getting him back on the field.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, so I was hoping for Jaden Davis to get in. Davis Warren, I'll tell you this. You know what kind of blew my mind? I felt like Davis Warren regressed. I thought he was playing better at the end of the season versus this bowl game. I thought he looked just not confident, lack of confidence out there. You know, he had, like, some of those screen throws were low. It is what it is, though. He got injured. Hopefully he's all right, though.
Yeah. No, we don't want injuries. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah.
And look, give Orgy credit for this. He actually showed up and he played, and not only played, but he literally took over as starter for Davis Warren. He's in the portal. Most people in the portal don't play.
Fucking facts, John. Such a good point, man. Again, what is the culture here? That's the culture, bro. And not only that, man, Orgy won us. Let's be real here. The USC game, and he was able to finish out this game. So that's what's up, man.
So we'll definitely give him that. We wish him well in whatever direction it winds up going. Sierra Whiskey, a YouTube member here, also just threw the 10 burger out. Thank you so much for that. Jordan Marshall is a fucking warrior. Hey, they did the super chat, so we got to say it. Chris Perry 2.0, Wink and company were huge. Go Blue, the future is bright.
I got my Chris Perry autograph on the wall. That's Chris Perry, my favorite running back in Michigan history. If we can get Chris Perry 2.0, bro, I'm gonna be ecstatic. The 1-2 punch next season, the Justice Haynes, Jordan Marshall should be nasty. I feel confident in saying it will be an upgrade over. Shout out to Khalil Mullins, and we had Donovan Edwards. So I do believe it'll be an upgrade over this year's duo.